What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome back to Danganronpa 2. In the last episode, we finished up our investigation, and now it's time for the class trial. I went ahead and talked to Monami in the report card section and bought a couple more skills that I definitely want to use. And we have plenty of skill points left to use, so let me show you the new ones. Algorithm. Increases the speed of memorizing a statement. Whenever we need to steal a statement during a non-stop debate, this is going to make it so much easier. Another one I decided to pick up was ambidextrousness. Allows you to log on to two statements at once. When we get to that panic time action, or panic talk action, excuse me, this is going to make it so much easier to take down the opponent. And another one, Mood Maker. This is a fantastic ability that you can use during the rebuttal showdown. If you accidentally make a mistake and you need to have the conversation go back into your favor, this makes it so that it's easier to get people back on your side. And I believe that's all we have. Yep. And wow, we still have plenty of points to deal with. 5 extra points to deal with. I can deal with that. I'm all ready. I hope you're all ready too. This is going to be fun. We need to solve 2 mysteries to solve the greater mystery. Let's rock.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
Now then, let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome murder case.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Some of us have not beaten that game. Give us a detailed explanation.
I'm glad we brought this up so we could explain it to everybody else.
It means Twilight Syndrome murder case is a non-fiction game.
I don't think that's what she meant.
Additionally, some of us are characters in that game too.
Some of us are characters in a video game?
Perish the thought!
So, I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game are first.
I agree. Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, Girl D, Girl E, and Boy F. Oh, and the last girl. The girl who got killed in the beginning. I'm wondering if anybody else noticed it, but Hyoko's name, they actually didn't use her last name when everybody else has their last name shown. The first girl was Girl A, who we were controlling. That was Mikan.
I see!
Girl A is probably Mikan Tsumiki. That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A. Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy. Ha! A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights. Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too.
Exactly. Hyoko, I hope you don't mind if we kind of blow your mind here.
Huh?
Yeah. Sorry, Hyoko. You were in the game too. You were Girl B.
I see!
Girl B was short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hyoko.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me.
Bullshit!
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C.
Girl C didn't have too much screen time, but based on the small snippet of personality we were able to see, we can guess that Girl C is Ibuki.
I see!
Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl, see? Then I'll see you next Tuesday.
Oh my god, that's a Kesha reference! How could you?
Let's move on to Girl D.
Girl D. Yeah, there's only one person that fits the description of Girl D. The one who is taking pictures. Mahiru.
I see!
Girl D is Mahiru, the victim in this case.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F.
Guy F, that's an easy one. Or at least it shouldn't be, or should be. Depends on what you're thinking, but the only thing that makes sense in this scenario...
I see!
Aren't you Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid. That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu?
Oh no.
Another person?
It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyota, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
That's kind of funny that the script fixed the translation error.
Hold on! Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryus?
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written on the staff roll.
I mean, it could have been a translation error at this point.
Since you beat the game, you probably know what this actually means, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the reason there are two Kuzuryus. Nagito, you are my nemesis in every single trial. I like it. But the reason there are two Kuzuryus, and something that Guy F actually said near the end of the game, he had a little sister.
I can prove it with this! In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little sister?
This is what Guy F said in the game. It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You probably noticed, right?
We just started the trial and the harsh truth comes out already. Uh-huh. Fuyuhiko realizes it. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. So, everybody, the plot of the game was that somebody was murdered. And the person who was murdered is actually Guy F's sister, who in this case would be Fuyuhiko's sister.
I see!
The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister. So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister.
Ouch! Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you got there.
Winning personality? Are you praising me?
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
That's right.
Yeah, I have a little sister.
Or had.
Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality.
It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events. That's why it's the motive.
Don't go making shit up, bastard! If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, when I first entered Hope's Peak Academy. She was mouthing off to me as usual and sent me off. It happened just the other day.
About that, you're probably thinking like that because you've lost your memories.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet!
I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is based on true events, huh? Okay, I understand your attitude toward this class trial now.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
Well,
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko.
nice recap.
And the first victim in the game, that dead high school girl, is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
I'm gonna have to look that one up. One sec.
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Didn't think so, but it was still interesting.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
Really? I don't know. Wow, that came out of nowhere.
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
What is going on here? Come on, guys, we're getting sidetracked.
Hey, no one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Thank you.
Huh? What do you mean, mystery of the game?
My, you don't know. I heard that Girl E got killed.
What? No way! Is that true?
Whoa!
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
Oh, I know! I got killed the other day and it hurt like mad!
My, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
What is going on with this trial?
You guys are definitely friends.
Oh!
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
That's right. We need to figure out who done it in the game.
Then let's hurry up and solve it! Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
I like that. We need a motive for Girl E's murder, and then we can go farther with that. Let's see now. The reason Girl E was killed. I think we can guess. Based on what was going on in that game, Girl E was seeming really suspicious. Probably because...
I see!
The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister.
Poke, stab, twist, pull.
You're fucking persistent. I don't care what that game said at all. But... Is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim?
In order to make that clear, we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance. Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans.
Hell yeah, so he's using a pad and pencil.
Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is a basic.
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus on the case.
Then, I'll start explaining. Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, They climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there. But the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office, and when the 5 of them were finally able to go inside, they found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing games.
But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Obviously. Girl E was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Nekomaru, you and I, same thought process.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
That's the hard part.
Which means Girl E was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
That's good. That is a good detail that will hopefully make this easier.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girl E broke the window and escaped, and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
And there's where your theory falls apart.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Are you saying if he wasn't sulking, he'd be cute?
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
Well, we're getting there, don't worry. Yeah, all evidence points to Girl E. She was in front of the crime scene. She met everybody there. She knew that the door was locked, but how did she do it? Yeah, that's what we need to figure out. We need to figure out how she created a locked room. Right. If we clear up the mystery of the game, this will go smoothly.
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
How was she able to get past those 4 and wait in front of the music room?
She probably used a hidden passageway. Twilight's hidden passageway is the world's best!
I hope some of you noticed that. Not only were there statements to shoot that could have been lies, there were also statements that could have been seen as agreements. So, Ibuki's statement, if we agreed with that and we shot the correct truth bullet at it, we could agree with it. That's not where we're going with this one, though. There's something very specific that contradicts what somebody said, around the middle, actually. There's a lot of details to go on this one, so we need to pay close attention and make sure we know what our truth bullets actually say.
You need to go through the entrance hall.
Right, if the girls needed to go through the entrance hall, they would have met the other girls.
The entrance hall, the girls
The only reason they left is because they heard the sound of window shattering.
No, that's wrong!
They actually heard the broken vase in the next room over.
First of all,
The sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
So the sound of breaking glass that the 4 girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
I think it's safe to assume we can go with that, but just in case.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the 4 girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the 4 girls met by the entrance hall.
There we go. That's the detail I wanted to know. Thank you, Nagito.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too.
Hey guys, what a coincidence! What happened?
I see. Now the mystery has been solved.
Not exactly.
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
Precisely. There had to have been a murder weapon. Somebody got bludgeoned to death.
Who cares about the murder weapon? We found out who the killer was.
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end!
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need to shit. Which means I'll feel disgusting!
You're the disgusting one.
The weapon is pretty unconventional. The answer was revealed in the game, though. Now then, will you guys be able to figure it out?
Looks like we don't have a choice. Something that also appeared in the game. We might have to think on this one, because there wasn't much there that looked like a weapon. According to Monokuma, need to figure this out before we can move on. Let's put our heads together. Let's try to figure this one out. This is gonna get nuts. Oh, tutorial, you just happened to show up. Yes, can you get on with it? Interesting, you're bringing up white noise again. I think I know where you're going with this. And now we have the introduction of durable white noise. Essentially, this is white noise with extra power, which means you need to chip at it to get it out of the way. So you can probably guess that, well, they're going to go in front of statements and you're going to have to shoot them multiple times. Just don't have an itchy trigger finger, or else you're going to shoot straight through the white noise and then shoot the statement and lose time. Ah, yes, useful information. Gundam? Oh, that's actually really funny that you bring that up. We might have to go talk to him later. Gun something. Yeah, it's funny. Someone with the prefix of gun in their name just happens to know something about the silencer. We get it. Let's have some fun.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, It should have had bloodstains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it?
She beat her to death with her fists!
Oh my gosh, I'm getting so twitchy when shooting, because I don't want to accidentally shoot the statement too many times and then directly shoot what I shouldn't shoot. Yeah, there were a lot of statements going on around here, and none of them made any sense. Broken glass? No, that came from the fish tank. Thank you, and also Akane just made you look like an idiot. Fish tank? No, that's filled with water, way too heavy.
Too big to be a weapon.
Yeah.
And the piano.
I just love that Gundam says the piano. She pulled an Acme to kill her.
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
Sorry, I just had to hear that line again.
Big a scale too?
Oh my god!
How about beating her with gravel instead?
I like it!
I agree with that.